Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Belle again. So today, we're going to talk about TikTok's appeal being denied, what that means, and where it goes from here. Congress passed legislation that was signed into law by President Biden back in April. That legislation requires TikTok to either be sold by January 19th or it will be banned. ByteDance, which is TikTok's parent company, filed suit. A 3-judge federal appellate panel ruled that the law forcing the sale is not unconstitutional. The social media giant argued against the law on multiple constitutional grounds. They argued that the law violated the First Amendment. They argued that it was a violation of the Takings Clause of the Fifth Amendment. And in a novel approach, they argued it was a bill of attainder. A bill of attainder isn't something you hear about a lot in the U.S., primarily because the Constitution strictly forbids them. But it's a piece of legislation that declares a person guilty and imposes punishment against them without trial. Since it's the United States and corporations are people, I get the argument. But the judges rejected all of those arguments. For those who might be wondering why the judges rejected the First Amendment argument, they found that the legislation's purpose wasn't to, quote, suppress content or require a certain mix of content. The ruling said the law was, quote, carefully crafted to deal only with control by a foreign adversary. So, since TikTok could be sold to another entity and the U.S. government wasn't trying to manage content on the site, it was in the clear. ByteDance has repeatedly said that it will not sell TikTok, and it seems like Chinese export controls would prohibit the transfer of the algorithm to the new owners even if a sale did occur. ByteDance and TikTok are expected to appeal to the Supreme Court of the United States, but there's no guarantee the court will hear the case. At various points in time, Trump has tried to ban TikTok and promised to save it. Short of getting his allies in Congress to repeal the law, there really isn't much he can do about it without undermining his other positions regarding China. If he were to attempt to stop the legislation, his options are kind of limited to saying China isn't an adversarial country. Even if he ordered DOJ to not enforce that law, it's unlikely that U.S. companies TikTok needs to function would believe Trump's promises. The other thing to keep in mind is that Trump's former Treasury Secretary, Steven Mnuchin, is reportedly one of the potential buyers if ByteDance was to sell. That relationship might determine whether or not Trump decides to intervene. At this point, it looks like SCOTUS intervention is the only thing that could save TikTok now. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.